Some secrets should never be discovered. But sometimes, the truth forces its way into the light. Tonight, you'll hear 3 anonymous confessions that will leave you questioning everything. A freezer hiding more than frozen food. A jar tucked away under the sink. And a love story twisted by money rituals. Welcome to Anonimo.
I never thought I'd share this, but I need to warn others. Maybe it'll help someone spot the signs before it's too late. This isn't an urban legend or creepypasta. It's my life, or what was left of it after I uncovered the truth about my husband. We'd been married for 6 years, living in a quiet suburb. He was the perfect guy on paper. Steady job as a designer, always helpful around the house, and he loved cooking breakfast on weekends. Pancakes were his specialty, fluffy, golden stacks drizzled with maple syrup. He'd wake up early, humming in the kitchen, and serve them with a smile. "My secret recipe," he'd say with a wink. I thought it was sweet, romantic even. We'd eat together, laughing about our week, planning date nights. I trusted him completely. It started with a plumbing issue some months ago. The kitchen sink was draining slowly, so I decided to clean out the cabinet underneath while he was at work. I pulled out the usual clutter, cleaning supplies, old sponges, and that's when I saw it. Tucked way in the back, behind a bottle of drain cleaner, was a mason jar. It was half full of a thick, yellowish-white liquid. At first, I thought it was spoiled milk, or a weird homemade sauce he'd forgotten about. But holding it up to the light, something felt wrong. It had a faint, musky smell that turned my stomach. I unscrewed the lid just a crack, and the odor hit me. Salty, bleachy, unmistakable. Sperm? A jar of sperm? My mind spun. Why would he have this? Was he cheating? Collecting it for a fertility test? I put it back exactly where I found it, hands trembling, and spent the day pretending nothing happened. That night, I couldn't sleep. Lying next to him, his steady breathing mocking me as I wondered what kind of monster I'd married. The next weekend, he made pancakes again. I watched closely, mixing the batter, flipping them on the griddle. He seemed normal, but as I took a bite, something clicked. The texture was always off. Too rich, unplaceable. I'd chalked it up to his secret ingredient, maybe buttermilk. Now, I excused myself to the bathroom and vomited. I didn't confront him right away. I needed proof. I checked his browser history. Nothing but work stuff and sports sites. Then his phone, while he was in the shower. That's where I found the Reddit bookmarks. Buried in saved posts were threads from obscure subreddits about stealthing and forced consumption. One post stood out, a guy bragging about mixing his essence into his girlfriend's food to mark her as his. The comments were a nightmare. Tips on storage, masking the taste, warnings about refrigeration to keep it fresh. My blood ran cold. The jar had been room temperature, warm from the cabinet. How long had this been going on? I remembered our mornings, how he'd insist I finish my plate, watching me eat with an intense, almost hungry look. It wasn't love, it was possession. That night, I pretended to sleep when he came to bed, but he didn't stay. Around 2 a.m., I heard him creep downstairs. I followed quietly, heart pounding. From the hallway, I saw him in the kitchen, retrieving the jar from under the sink, adding a fresh deposit at the counter, his back to me, breathing heavy like it was a ritual. He sealed it, hid it, and went back to bed like nothing happened. I left the next day while he was at work, packed a bag, called my sister, and filed for divorce from her couch. The police said it was assault, non-consensual tampering with food, but proving it without evidence was hard. I didn't take the jar. I was too scared he'd notice. He denied everything, called me crazy, but the judge granted a restraining order based on my testimony and those browser screenshots I managed to grab. It's been months now, and I still can't eat pancakes, or anything someone else prepares. The violation runs deep. It's not just the act, it's the betrayal, the way he turned something intimate into a sick game. If your partner has secrets in the kitchen, trust your gut. Mine saved my life. Trusting yours could just save you. Thanks, Anonymous.
Hi, Anonymous. I'm broken. What I discovered in my own home has left me questioning everything about my marriage and the woman I thought I knew. For the past week, I have cried more than I have in my entire marriage. My world fell apart the moment I opened our freezer. It started as a normal day. My wife was still at work, and I was hungry. I called her to ask what to cook, but she casually told me to grab something from the fridge. Her tone felt too relaxed, almost suspicious, and for some reason my spirit told me to check things carefully. I began pulling out soups, stews, and other frozen dishes she had stored. Something in me pushed me to dig deeper, and then I found it. A pack wrapped tightly, frozen solid. Curious, I left it to melt. When I opened it, my heart almost stopped. I wanted to throw up. I was completely stunned. My mind screamed, "What the heck?" For 3 whole years of marriage, I had been unknowingly eating food cooked with this. The realization hit me like a punch to the chest. My stomach twisted in disgust, and I felt an overwhelming weight lift from my body, as though something dark and heavy had just been revealed. In that moment, I wasn't just sickened. I felt betrayed on the deepest level. When she returned home, I confronted her immediately, holding the thawed pack in my hand. At first, she froze in shock, her face drained of color, but then she broke down in tears. She didn't even try to deny it. With trembling hands, she admitted everything. She confessed that a close friend had advised her to perform this ritual, telling her that by secretly cooking with her menstrual blood, I would remain faithful, never womanize, and love her alone forever. If she could go this far without my knowledge, if she could tamper with my food and my trust for 3 whole years. What else was she capable of hiding? She cried bitterly, falling to her knees and begging me to forgive her. She promised it was only out of love, that she never meant to hurt me. But instead of comfort, her words filled me with dread. If the woman I gave my life to could go to such unthinkable extremes just to keep me, then what else might she be capable of? Since that day, I can no longer bring myself to eat anything she cooks. I still provide for the house. I still live under the same roof, but the bond we once shared feels broken beyond repair. Every glance, every smile, every gesture now feels stained with suspicion. My trust is gone, and in its place is fear. Now I find myself torn. Do I remain in this marriage hoping things will change, or do I walk away before something far worse happens?
Some people be thinking money rituals are about goat blood and red cloth. That's the baby level. The one I witnessed was older than Nigeria itself and far darker. This guy Chai. He was soft-spoken, polite, drove a black Range Rover, wore simple white shirts. He never showed off online, but cash flowed. Money nor water, he always said. He always told me he was into forex but never traded a kobo in my presence. His house was beautiful but cold. No family pictures, no prayer items. Just mirrors, large, gold-rimmed mirrors in every room. He said they were decoratives. At night, those mirrors would hum. Not like sound from outside though. It was like a pulse. I noticed he always asked me for my personal things, my comb, my earrings, a warm brassiere. He said it was for smells because he missed me. I laughed. I didn't know. One night, around 3 a.m., I woke up to a whisper. It wasn't his voice. It was coming from the mirror across the room. My reflection was moving its lips, but I wasn't. It whispered, "Leave." Jeez, I swear, I was so scared, I thought I was hallucinating. Pretending to sleep, I watched him slip out of bed, open the hidden door behind his wardrobe, and disappear inside. Like Mumu, myself, I followed. What I saw will never leave me. The room wasn't a room like that, it was a circle carved into the ground, lined with chalk, bones, and feathers. 3 men in masks sat around a pot boiling a black liquid. In the middle, a small wooden effigy of me. In Nigeria, Yoruba people call it Shijide. My hair tied around its neck, he was holding a blade. He was chanting. One of the masked men said, "Tonight is the night. Blood at 333. Riches for 7 more years." Then he looked at the blade, then at me, because I had stepped into the circle without thinking. See Mumu like me. His face changed, not human anymore, just black, eyes black like oil. He lunged, but the mirrors on the walls began to crack one by one, shattering in a scream. That same whisper from before shouted at me, "Run." My grandma prayers worked, oh. 'Cause I don't know how I escaped. I remember waking up at a bus stop at dawn, barefoot, shaking, my bag gone. The skin on my arm had a chalk symbol I couldn't wash off for days. He died 3 nights later. They found him in his Range Rover, skin grey, eyes open but the pupils utterlow. The other men vanished. His house burned mysteriously. Since that night, I don't stay in men's houses. I don't accept gifts without praying first. People laugh when I tell them rituals are real. But if you'd seen what I saw, you'll never laugh again. Just so you know, I heard several girls have fallen to his trap and never been seen. Let's all learn to be careful of whose company we keep. There's evil in the world, may we not be victims. I thank God for my life, Shah.
These are 3 confessions that remind us also to be very careful. Not every meal is safe. As much as you're not present when it was prepared, try to limit how much you eat outside. And partners and married couples also, as much as you have to hide what you're doing from your partner thinking you're justified. Excuse me, you're very wrong, no matter the circumstance. This is also to remind the singles to be careful. As much as you love a person, try opening your eyes to suspicious activities around you. Listen to this. Iro din uno kan ke din agun jo. Don't mind my pronunciation. It's an Igbo adage that translates to the household enemy is more dangerous than the enemy in the bush, which means those closest to you are more deadlier than those distant to you. So as much as you trust people, don't overlook suspicious behaviors. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Share your thoughts anonymously. Have a story to tell. You can share your personal experiences with us, whether it's something from your past that others can learn from, or advice you're seeking right now. We'll share your story with the world, anonymously, of course, so your identity is always safe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more powerful and eye-opening content. Wishing you a beautiful weekend.